Today we are talking about how to start an LLC in Utah. Hi, my name is Eric, and in today's video, I'm going to give you 3 different methods that you can start up an LLC. The first is using your state website. The second is using a free online legal tool. And the third is hiring an attorney. Now, if you do need to hire an attorney, I'm also going to give you a tip on how you can find an attorney with a free 15-minute consult, so you're not like immediately running up the bill as soon as you start talking to that attorney. But before we get to that, there are 3 terms that you have to be aware of if you're setting up an LLC. Those terms are piercing the corporate veil, registered agent, and commingling funds. Throughout this video, I'm going to explain what those 3 terms mean, but they all pertain to making sure that you have a proper LLC and it's doing what it's supposed to do for your business. So I'm going to get to all those in a little bit. So if you want to get started here, a lot of times go to Google and you'll search Utah LLC. The first thing that pops up here is the state website. A lot of times these state websites are not the cleanest looking things if you're taking a look at them. But what you're going to do is you can click on Certificate of Organization over here, or you can click on Register a LLC online. Let's start with the Certificate of Organization because this has some quick information on it. First thing I want to highlight is there's a non-refundable processing fee of $70. So that is your state fee to the Secretary of State. There's no way of getting around that fee. And if you use a credit card, I believe it's going to bring your payment up to about $74 for that state filing fee. This is probably the simplest form that I have seen from any state. And one of the things that I wanted to make mention of on here is the fact that sometimes they breeze past certain sections. And one of those is in section 3 here. If we zoom in a little bit, you'll see the name of the registered agent, individual or business entity, or commercial registered agent. So it doesn't really explain what a registered agent is. And a registered agent is actually really important to your LLC, and it is required to have a proper LLC. But before we get to that, I think it's helpful to explain what an LLC is and what it is not, because sometimes people have a common misnomer as far as an LLC, thinking it's going to give you some sort of tax advantage. It is not. It is simply for limiting your liability of your company. Now, if you take a look on the screen on the left-hand side, this is your business, right? So you have your business assets, that could be your business bank accounts and your furniture and everything like that. And then there's your personal assets on the right side of the screen. These are things like your personal home, personal bank accounts, personal cars. What you do with an LLC is you draw a division between these 2 asset classes. That division is known as the corporate veil. And what it does is if you were to be sued, what it's going to do for you is it's going to make it so that the person suing you can only come after your business assets and not your personal assets as well. Now, the attorney that's suing you, what they're going to try to do is a term called piercing the corporate veil, which is basically legal jargon saying that they're going to try to find a crack in your LLC. And if they can find that crack in the LLC and pierce the corporate veil, it's going to erase that division between your business and personal assets so that when you're sued, they can come after both your personal and business assets, which obviously is not a great thing for you. So one of the things and one of the ways that they're going to hone in on is a registered agent. First, they're going to see if you actually have a registered agent on file, if that person is in the state, and if they're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing for your business. So what does the registered agent do for you? It's essentially a third party, and there's a nice article on this on InkFile. InkFile, I'm going to get to in a little bit. It's a online legal tool for setting up an LLC, but that third party is basically going to do these 5 things. It's official letters and correspondence from your Secretary of State, service of process notices. So if you are sued, unfortunately, they're going to make sure that you appear in court and get all the documents. Official federal government correspondence information and notifications, tax forms and requests for payment, and requests to complete permits, company filings, or reports. So basically, this third party, this registered agent, is making sure that you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's and staying compliant as an LLC. So again, it's really important because if some of these things aren't being done properly, then that attorney that is suing you may find a crack in your LLC and then be able to pierce the corporate veil and come after also your personal assets in addition to your business assets. So again, going back to this kind of Word document that they have set up here, this is my problem going through the state website, whether you're going through here or through their online legal tool. It's just, it's not laid out well. They're not giving you enough information and guidance as you get going. So one of the tools that I recommend for this is if you're going through setting up online, InkFile, you can see that they have set up over 500,000 businesses since 2004. But if you scroll down here, you can see that you can get started as little as $0 plus state fee. Now, you might be wondering, like, how do they do that? How is it $0? I'm going to explain what the catch is here in a second. But if you click Launch My Business using this tool and you go to LLC, which is what 80% of all new businesses set up, business entities or LLCs, And then we go down here towards the bottom and find Utah. And then what you're going to see here are 3 different packages, the silver, gold, and platinum. If we're looking at the silver package, it's $0 plus $76 for that state fee. Again, $70 is the state fee, and then there's like a processing fee that they have to pay. So you might end up paying a few more dollars going through this service than going through the state website, but the experience of getting everything set up is going to be much better, and you're actually going to save on a registered agent. So they're going to do your preparing and filing of the articles of organization, unlimited name searches. This is important. It's something worth noting. Basically, you have to make sure that you have a unique business name in your category. Now, of course, there's going to be, there might be a lot of companies and businesses with the word jazz in it because of the Utah Jazz, but those each have to have their own actual entity. Like there can be only one Jazz Cafe and there can only be one Jazz Automotive kind of thing. So you want to make sure you have a unique business name, and they're going to walk you through that. The third thing here is the free registered agent service for a year. So if we go back to that, registered agent article here on InkFile and you scroll down, what we'll find here is that it's $0 and it's free for the first year, but then it's just $119 annually after that. So the InkFile registered agent service, year 2, year 3, year 4 is going to be $119. You're not locked into this service with them, but I do recommend going with a professional registered agent service again. So you're dotting your I's, crossing your T's, so you're not creating cracks in your LLC. So that's kind of a cool feature though, because you can go with somebody else, maybe save a few bucks, but it's not going to be free for that first year, and then you can change it out in year 2, year 3 going forward if you'd like. Now, a few things I want to highlight on gold and platinum. On gold, that's where you'll start to see the package fee kick in at $149. The first thing listed here is the EIN business tax number. So when I got my LLC set up, I ended up doing this myself. I can tell you from experience, it was a pain in the butt, but what I'm going to do for you here is give you that link. And again, all links and resources mentioned in this video are in the description below. So you'll find this down here. And you can, it walks you through a bunch of different questions and how to apply for an EIN online through the IRS website. And now, also going back, one of the other things I wanted to highlight here is the business banking account. So this is really important. At the beginning of the video, we talked about commingling funds. So you probably see where this is going, but basically, if let's say you wait 6 months before you set up your business bank account and you've been commingling funds in your personal account, this is a no-no. This is a crack in your LLC. Basically, you have incomes and expenses coming out personally and through your business through the same bank account. You're commingling funds, and again, an attorney suing you, if they find this out, they can say that there's a crack in your LLC. They're going to pierce the corporate veil and come after your personal and business assets. So that is why it's really important to get set up with a business bank account on day 1. Currently, as of shooting this video, InkFile is set up through Bank of America, and they set that up for you. You can do this yourself and go through a different bank if you'd like. But one of the other things worth mentioning too is if you do this from day 1, when it comes to year-end accounting, especially that first year, it's going to be a lot easier for you because you'll be able to just integrate with a third-party app such as QuickBooks or another service like that. Or if you have a CPA, it'll be really easy to just give them all of your statements from your business bank account and say, here's everything that went in and out. So it's just a lot easier if you do this stuff right away and get set up correctly from day 1. Now the third package here, the platinum package, this one's more expensive because they're going to do business contract templates, expedited filing if you're in a hurry, and then domain name and business email if you want that set up for yourself. But let's say we pick the gold package in the middle here. Just wanted to show you, the UI, your user interface, your experience, and the way they're going to bring you through the process is so much easier on here. And then you'll see that itemized out, the $149 here for the package. The one thing I wanted to highlight is the tax savings benefit. So this is a fully deductible business expense. So just know, no matter what route you go, make sure you're keeping track of these receipts because you're going to want to deduct this from your business expenses come tax time. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is hiring an attorney. Now, the downside to hiring an attorney is it may cost you $800 to $3,000 to get set up with an LLC. But if you have a very specific business model, or perhaps you carry more inherent liability, you may want to go with an attorney. Now, what do I mean by carrying more liability? Now, let's say that you were starting up a business and you wanted to do like a sports trading card business, right? NFL cards, Pokemon cards, I don't know, whatever. There's not a lot of liability in that specific business. But if you were starting up a business where it was a tree trimming service and you had people that are going to work for you that are going to climb trees and cut big limbs off of trees, you can see how that would carry more liability. It might be worth discussing that with an attorney. Another reason you might want to talk with an attorney is you're already doing sales in and out of state, because then you're going to be getting into like domestic versus foreign LLCs and trying to figure out which one is the right fit for you. A service that I typically recommend for this is called Avo, and it's a lawyer directory service. Unfortunately, they don't have a lot of attorneys listed on here, but they do have one. They have one attorney under the LLC umbrella, and that's Timothy here. And if you click free consult here, you can see that he also offers a free consult. So that means that you can have 15 minutes of free chat with this guy if you have any questions about your LLC. Now, in the video that you can see on the screen, this ink file review at about the 2:30 mark, I'm going to walk you through how you can potentially save on taxes with an S-Corp once your business is making about $40,000 to $60,000 in net income. So that's a great video to watch. And again, guys, thank you for using my links in the description below. I truly appreciate using the affiliate links that help to support my YouTube channel. I'm going to catch you in this next video.